Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Chad Wilson and you're watching this video for ENGI 2304. This video in particular is about the letter of intent, which is the first part of the process for the rest of the semester, which is called the report you're going to be working on, or the project you're going to be working on, which is the recommendation report. Okay, now all of this is explained in the policy statement. Go read that first. Read everything that's expected of you for the recommendation report. Okay, because the letter of intent is about choosing your topic, and you have to choose your topic wisely. Okay, now I'm going to have another video that is mainly about the recommendation report. Here I just want to talk about the letter of intent specifically. The letter of intent follows that CCC format that we've already talked about. All right, that's the context, content, contact. Now it's not necessarily 3 paragraphs, it's 3 parts. Okay, it's at least 3 paragraphs, but your letter of intent is actually going to have at least 4 paragraphs. Okay, now like I said, it's about choosing your topic. It acts like a mini proposal. You're going to actually propose your topic for your recommendation report. Now, so you need to have your topic first. The key to choosing your topic, okay? I give you some examples in the policy statement. The examples in there are, the examples in the policy statement are wind energy and solar energy, hydrogen cars and electric cars, self-driving and regular vehicles, and plastics versus compostable plastics. And that one is actually the hardest for a variety of reasons. If you want to talk to me about that, you can. We can chat through the GroupMe or through email, or if you want to come to office hours, we can talk about that one specifically. Okay, you're welcome to choose one of those topics, or you can propose your own. The letter of intent, like I said, is a mini proposal, and this is the first step, and this is often done as a first step of a proposal. So before the full proposal is done, they will ask for smaller proposals, which would generally include like a scope of work. All right, not the full scope, not the full task list or the full budget. All right, so the key to choosing your topics is you want to have closely related, where they both can be seen as a solution to a problem. All right, so wind and solar energy would both be solutions to either the problems with declining amounts of oil or expense of oil and gas, fossil fuels, or the problem of climate change. Okay, so they can both be seen as solutions, or we need to make a choice. Okay, so when you're choosing your topic, make sure they both are choices. You're not going to write a feasibility report. Okay, so you don't want to just discuss one topic or one choice, like we do this or we do nothing. You want to have 2. All right, so make sure you do that. Now you also want to start thinking about your criteria. The criteria are important. I'm going to talk about that in another video, but for right now, you want to focus on your choice. Keep in mind that this is not a compare and contrast essay. You're actually going to have criteria that you judge each choice on. And by judging each choice based on specific criteria, you're going to lead your reader to a conclusion of which one is better. Okay? So, keep in mind the guidelines for technical writing when you're making your choice. Remember, guideline number 1, it's better to say more about less. And guideline number 2, if you bring it up, you have to explain it. Okay? So when you're choosing your topic, it's better to focus. Okay? When you're choosing your criteria specifically. So with wind and solar, you're not going to discuss all alternative energies. You probably even want to focus on vertical wind turbines okay? Or if you want to talk about offshore wind turbines or onshore, right? Whichever, be specific, okay? And if you're talking about solar panels, maybe you're not going to talk about every different type of solar panel. You're only going to focus on one type, all right? So say more about less, focus your topic. And if you do bring it up, you've got to explain it, so you better focus, all right? When it comes to the actual letter, I give you a link in the policy statement. Go to that link and follow it closely. If you want to use our textbook, the example is on page 327 or in the chapter on business communications, all right? It's block letter. That's what you want to follow. And you don't have letterhead, so don't use that. Use the one without letterhead. Letterhead is where you have a pre-printed form that has your company name on it and the company address. Now, the block letter format is generally all left justified. And you don't need to have, our textbook has from, date, subject to. You don't need to have that. You just need to have the sender's address, the date, the recipient's address, and then you start the letter with the salutation. Now it's all left justified, all on the left side, okay, and single spaced with skipping a line between your paragraphs, all right? So each part you skip a line because it's single spaced. Now your letter should be about a page, single spaced, all right? And that's including the addresses and everything. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. I don't care about your address. You don't have to put your real address. Make it up. Make up my address. I don't care about that. That doesn't matter. What I care about is that you learn the format. Now, once you get the date and then the address, you have the salutation. That's the Dear Dr. Wilson. And because this is a formal business letter, you should probably use Dr. Wilson or whoever, if you're watching this in another class, whoever your instructor is. So if you're in my class, it's Dear Dr. Wilson. And then you put a colon. That colon is a signal. That colon says two things. One, this is a business letter, okay? The difference between a business letter and a friendly letter is that colon. That's not the only difference, but it's one signal, it's one marker. So that colon says this is a business letter, not friendly. Friendly, it'd have a comma. Nope, you put a colon. Make sure you do that. I think there was even a question on a quiz about that. So I'm giving you the answer. Put the colon. Second, that colon signals that not only is it a business letter, but that you know what you're doing. Okay, if you put a comma there, what you're doing is you're saying, I don't really know what a business letter is supposed to look like. But note, by putting that colon, you signal, I do know. And you know what? My knowing means I'm a part of this discourse. Okay, I'm a professional. I deserve to be treated like a person who knows what it means to be a professional in this field. Okay, it signals you know what you're doing. Put the colon. So, Dear Dr. Wilson, colon, skip a line, and then as explained in the policy statement, it gives you what the section should be. You provide the context. And the context is, I am writing to propose the topic for my recommendation report. I would like to write on blank and blank. That's it. That's the context. Skip a line. Next paragraph. Why do you want to write about that? What's important to you about it? Why does it interest you? Does the problem interest you? Climate change, etc. Are you really interested in sustainability issues, etc.? State that. State why you want to write about it. Skip a line. Now, what do you know about it? What do you already know about the topic? Did you do previous work on it? Did you learn how wind turbines work? Have you studied how solar panels work? Have you studied electric cars? Do you own an electric car? Have you studied hydrogen cars? What do you know about them? And this could be multiple paragraphs. Okay, it could be one or it could be multiple, but each paragraph should be fully developed, especially those middle ones, the content. And then you skip a line, and then you say, if you have any questions or comments about this, please contact me at blank or blank. And then you skip a line and you put sincerely, okay, this is your sign off, all right? Sincere, it's your signature. sincerely, comma. Sincerely, comma. You generally skip 4 spaces and then you type your full name. Now, in that 4 spaces, you would traditionally sign it, but in this case, you don't have to, okay? Don't worry about signing it. You don't need to do that, all right? Because you're submitting it electronically. It's okay. And then submit it to the assignments tab. So that's your letter of intent. Make sure you follow the format. It's part of what I want you to learn, but I also want to get your topic. I want to know what you're writing, what you want to write about. Okay? Good luck.